Sonata is out for an undetermined amount of time due to a fractured orbital bone. Now that's bad. But Hiromu knocked Evil out of the tournament. That's good. Unfortunately, all the House of Torture and Bullet Club drama has proven that New Japan Creative is still cursed. I'm Charlton with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Japan Cup 2022 Nights 10 and 11 events. So, I apologize for this review being delayed. Unfortunately, I've been delayed the last number of days, and that's why you're getting these videos a little bit later than normal. There's a bit of a reason for this. Actually, there's a few reasons for this. If I can get grammatically correct, I'm working a lot. Also, I have other projects that I'm doing. I'm busy, and to be perfectly honest, New Japan, when they do stuff right, I'm just really, really invested. I'm like, oh yeah, this is great shit. And then House of Torture and the Bullet Club drama and all this fucking shit and the repetitive stuff just gets to where it's reminding me of the worst aspects of the NWO and other stables that just were way past their sale date and they just won't throw in the towel. They just will not throw in the fucking towel on Bullet Club. I don't care if it sells some t-shirts. It's not good. It's not creatively fulfilling. It's the same crap. It's so repetitive, it just makes it to where the shows have blended together. That being said, there have been some good parts of this tournament. Unfortunately, due to the fact that they stretched this motherfucking tour out, even with 46 guys, because Tenzan and Kota Ibushi were pulled due to injury, now we're getting a bunch of multi-man matches that, yes, they tell some good stories, and oh, there's some cool parts to it, and the guys get reps, but I know that New Japan's been doing this for a while, and it's nice that we're getting fuller cards again. We're not just getting the 5 or 6 match cards. But goddamn, they got to freshen shit up. They really got to replenish with some youth and with some interesting people, because they got a lot of older talents that, while great, are near the end. Anyway, Kevin Kelly's on commentary for Night 10. This will not take very long. Were they in a fitness club for this particular show? Because it really looked like just a big fitness club. ELP and Ishimori took on Tiger Mask and Yo. Go, Tiger. You're going to take the pin after sudden death. That's really all I got to say right there. Undercard matches, unless something really stands out, there's no real reason to talk about them. They're just matches that have some moves. That's about it. Taguchi and Wado took on El Desperado and Taka Michinoku. Despy getting more praise from the crowd. That is good. Taka takes the pin. That's also good. Nothing against Taka Michinoku, but that's why he was there. And, well, actually, he didn't take the pin. He took the ankle lock. Hard to pin somebody with a goddamn ankle lock. Though I'm sure Taguchi could find a way to do that. I mean, hell, anybody can find a way to do that if you're brave enough. You can find a way to tap and fap anybody out if you're brave enough. Moving hastily on from this weird transition, let's talk about, the aftermath. ELP, Ishimori attack Taguchi and Wado, and then Gato, Chase, and Fale come down. For fuck's sake. Oh, Guerrillas of Destiny and Jado come down for the save. And then we go right into the 6-man match because G.O.D. and Jado go back and get Gato, Chase, and Fale, and they have a match that I didn't care because I don't fuck it. I love Guerrillas of Destiny. I love Jado. I'm glad that they've turned them face. And I'm glad that Guerrillas of Destiny are finally getting a chance to, maybe be just outside of Bullet Club and show that they can actually do some really good shit as far as being a great tag team. Even though they were doing great shit as a tag team before, they were kicked out of Bullet Club by the aggressively boring Jay White. I have to get that in because I really don't care if I offend anybody. Oh, look, Jado took the pin. Boy, jeez, great, good. God, I'm so fucking thrilled this Bullet Club stuff's continuing. Cobb and Hanare took on Tana and Hanma. Hanma is washed. So goddamn washed. He can't even move anymore. Cobb versus Tanahashi would certainly be something, mainly to see if Tanahashi's knees could stand up. Streets of Rage pins Hanma, and then Tangaloa joins commentary. He was a bit quiet. I think he was probably a bit nervous. LIJ took on House of Torture. Jesus Christ, this House of Torture stuff, it's just wrestling. It's wrestling purgatory. It is so fucking bad. The Big Juice ends up pinning Bushi. Whatever. I mean, LIJ can try to make anything palatable, and even they can only do so much because this House of Torture stuff is just bad. Yujiro got his cane shot in before hitting Big Juice, because of course he had to. And then Chase ends up package pile driving Shingo on a chair because Shingo said he was going to be Chase in 5 minutes. And Chase, trying to play with the big boys and trying to act like a star, thought he could lay out Shingo. Well, then he did. It's just a shame that unfortunately the payoff took a bit long. Okada, Goto, and Yoshihashi, easy for me to say, took on Suzuki, Taichi, and Doki. The usual. Suzuki and Doki proceed to pipe Goto at the same time. I'm just going to let that marinate for a second there. Shoto ends up pinning Doki. Doki's pretty much taking the pin in about 11 out of these 10 multi-man matches. That's math that you can set your clock to, set your watch to. Johnny unites. There's a haircut you can set your watch to. There it is. ZSJ took on Okan in what was actually a pretty well-wrestled match. Pretty good. Okan just has a stupid gimmick with the genie pants and weird cloth shit over his face. But it was a well-wrestled match with nice submissions. And then Zack Sabre Jr. gets that arm triangle and that pop and everything and pops the arm out and gets the victory. And then Ospreay and Sonata had a match that was pretty damn good. Unfortunately, there was a standing shooting star move where Ospreay accidentally came down on Sonata's face, fracturing his orbital bone. And there was a referee stoppage soon afterwards. I'm just going to, skip through this. I hope Sonata's going to be all right. I'm not going to blame Ospreay and say, oh, he did it intentionally. Because let me tell you right now, if he did that intentionally, they'd run him out of fucking town and get rid of him. Accidents happen, and it is what it is. I'm no fan of Ospreay, even though I respect his abilities in the ring and think he's an idiot outside of it. But he didn't intentionally do that. I hope Sonata's not going to be out too long, and I hope he doesn't have to relinquish the U.S. Championship, because it's his first singles championship, and he just seemed like he was doing some really good shit. But regardless, I hope he recovers 100%. Let's move on to Night 11. Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton on commentary. So we get Tana Taguchi and Master Wato against Makabe, Yo, and Hanma. Hey, look, it's Hanma, who can't move anymore at all, and a cloverleaf taps him out. All fan favorites in this match, by the way. Doki and Despy took on Sho and Yujiro. Boy, House of Torture stuff. God, Gato, you shouldn't have. Really, you fucking goddamn, mealy mouse son of a bitch. You really shouldn't have. Gato needs to be brought up on crimes against wrestling for the stuff he's doing with Bullet Club and House of Torture. Oh, you need to build up heels so people will cheer when they're taken down. Or we just want to see better heels. How about you have more interesting heels? Antics aside, the match wasn't bad. Big juice on Doki, 1, 2, 3. There you go. Fale, ELP, and Ishimori versus Guerrillas of Destiny and Jado. Same as it ever was. A jump start, gets the match going, and then sudden death on Jado for the win. Okay. This Bullet Club drama cannot end soon enough. And Gato and Jado did some stuff during the match where it looked like Jado was going to punch him with the brass knucks, but oh, he couldn't. This is going to lead to a singles match. It's going to lead to brass knuckles on a pole. And you're going to get those two little, people from the lands of Oz trying to climb a goddamn pole. And it's going to be embarrassing. If I called that, I'm going to be pissed. Taguchi and Wato did do a run-in, and they wanted revenge on ELP and Ishimori and shook hands with Guerrillas of Destiny. Okay, bit of an interesting quartet right there, but whatever. Goto and Yoshihashi, along with Ishii, took on Suzuki, Kanemaru, and Taka Michinoku. Suzuki-gun jump starts. Ishii and Suzuki pound each other repeatedly, and then Shoto pins Taka. Okay. Cobb and Ospreay took on Naito and Bushi, chained because Sonata is out due to the fractured orbital bone. Once again, I hope Sonata is going to be all right. More Naito versus Cobb. Sure, why the hell not? Got a lot of knee targeting and eventually hidden blade on Bushi. 1, 2, 3. Dangerous Tekkers took on Okada and Yano. Even with Yano's comedy, this wasn't bad, and we got the Yokozuna elbow. Ho ho! 1, 2, 3. Don't know how that's the Yokozuna elbow, but I'm just going to roll with it. And then Shingo and Chase took on each other in a match that had no business. I know that he package pile drove him on a chair. This shouldn't have gone 5 fucking minutes. Chase has no business being competitive with people like Shingo. Maybe he can be competitive with people that are in the lower card or whatever. I don't care how good Chase is in the ring. He's fucking boring. The human equivalent of NyQuil. And I can't stand watching this fucker be competitive when he's not worth investing in. Shingo finally beats him after Last of the Dragons. Yay. But it should have been a lot shorter. And it wasn't a very good story because everybody knew that Shingo was going to win. If they had Chase beat Shingo, you might as well just toss the goddamn tournament out and never have another New Japan Cup because you torched it. And I was about to say that with Hiromu versus Evil because we got a bunch of dick interference, a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my god, a bunch more Dick Togo interference. But alas, Dick Togo gets sent, into the guardrail way later. Everything is Hiromu Evil! And 1, 2, 3, and Daryl is pleased. The plush cat, in case you guys don't know. For any New Japan fans that may wonder, who the hell's Daryl? No, it's the plush cat. The plush cat was pleased getting plush catnip and whatever the hell plush cats get. That's it. That's all I really have to say right there. Hiromu advances. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. I'm going to be honest, guys, looking at the April schedule that they have, I don't know if I'm going to review New Japan in April. We will see what the lineups are, but if you don't see anything from me after the next couple videos, if you don't see anything from me for a while, it's because the House of Club Torture, whatever, the Bullet Club and House of Torture stuff has just run me the fuck off. Even though there's great talents there, I can only put up with so much bad bullshit across multiple wrestling companies before I say I gotta cut ties somewhere. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.